My area of practice is corporate tax law, and the reason why I chose tax law is because it's not only intellectually challenging, but it's also very rules-oriented. My undergrad was in science, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. The interesting thing is, notwithstanding the fact that it's rules-oriented, is that it also provides me with the daily opportunity to be creative within that set of rules, and so it really fits well with my personality. It's intellectually stimulating as well as fun. You know, other tax lawyers have described it in a way in which I would agree, which is that I get to problem solve all day long, and that fits my fun side and my intellectual side. The thing I enjoy most about my practice is that I get to be a facilitator for transactions. Tax is often a small piece of a transaction in terms of hours, but often a large piece of the transaction in terms of importance. And so there's, you know, with every deal there's challenges, but often there's challenges with bridging the value gap. You know, a purchaser is willing to only pay so much, and a vendor is only willing to accept so much. On the tax side, we can come in under the right circumstances and maximize the return to the vendor so that, you know, those two numbers overlap without the purchaser paying more and without the vendor being left feeling very unhappy. There's a lot of really great ideas floating around out there in terms of how to save tax, but if it doesn't meet with your client's business objectives and goals, then frankly it's worthless to them. And so, you know, one should never promote a transaction that saves $10 of tax but costs, you know, $12 to implement and administer for the client on a go-forward basis. So that piece of advice to me has always been held close, and it always means that I should be providing practical advice, not just advice that's interesting or catchy. My charity of choice is the JDRF. It was founded by parents of children with type 1 diabetes who knew firsthand that insulin therapy was an imperfect system for their children. It involves up to 8 insulin injections per day, constant blood sugar monitoring, and all the while living under the threat of stroke, heart and kidney failure, blindness, and amputation. It really is about finishing the work that Banting and Best started. My specific role really is just pure fundraiser, although I am involved in more than that, in that we take a large role on with fundraising for the JDRF. People think it is a perfect system, when in reality it's quite a woeful system in terms of the well-being of these children. In terms of the biggest contributor to my success professionally, it really has been the members of my firm, McCarthy, Tétrault. My partners, the other colleagues I have there, are a unique and extraordinary bunch of people who provide me with an opportunity to learn from them every day, to work with them every day, and to frankly work for world-class clients. From a professional development perspective, how could someone ask for anything more than that? On the personal side, it's my incredibly intelligent and wonderful wife, Melanie.